morning everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 16. Oh, Hubby's coffee is from Montreal, and this is our tea today, golden mango. This bag feels really light. Oh, there's something else in there I didn't even notice. We've got a couple of Merci bars. These are actually from our Airbnb in Cambridge. The host left these for us along with a couple of other treats, and we hadn't eaten them yet, so I put them in the advent calendar. And these maple lollipops, I believe we bought the last time we went to Montreal. It is time to taste the golden mango tea. This is fine green tea with fruits, flower petals, and mango flavor. It smells so good. Cheers! Ding! It's still quite hot. It's very mango-y. I really like it. Could this be my favorite one? Do you think their green tea blends are my favorite? And again, I only steeped this for 2 minutes today because of my attempt to moderate my caffeine intake, and it is still very flavorful. No tannins, just delicious. I am just about to head out to the grocery store, and hubby said he would heat up lunch for us today, our delicious aloe lunch, which I am very excited about. So here are the reheating instructions. There are quite a number of different components. So we also went through the instructions and wrote out step by step what to do at what time. So that way it is super easy and we don't have to think too much about it while we're trying to also enjoy the meal. I am having another low energy day today, but it is very nice out. I'm gonna head to the grocery store, and then when I get home, I can relax for the rest of the day. I'm really looking forward to it. Hubby is making our food for us.
Good night.
Yay! Take it up. Here is the burrata, which he has plated already. Fresh burrata with herb pistou, candy pecan, Meyer lemon, and frisee. And then here we have the tiger prawn with garlic butter, cremini mushroom, and sourdough. I guess they're sourdough croutons. Yummy! The mushrooms on my plate are just for show. I will not be eating them. I'll be giving them to hubby because I'm not a fan of mushrooms. Here is the duck confit with lentil, shallot, and mustard jus, and also the Brussels sprouts with sherry gastrique. Quite big portions. I'm already starting to get full. And then we've got some bread and butter here. It's time to do the day 16 puzzle. Lunch was delicious. It was so good. The food was very rich and there was a lot of it. We ate almost everything. Hubby just has one piece of bread left because he ate some of my duck. And then we also have the dessert, which we're gonna save for tomorrow. After lunch, hubby and I were so tired that we decided to take a power nap. I lay down for a nap at 1:30, intending to wake up at 2 o'clock. I didn't wake up until almost 4 o'clock. So I took a 2.5 hour nap. It was much needed though. I was just very exhausted today, like physically exhausted. I feel a lot better now. Just had like a very, very light, can't even call it dinner. I just had some fruit and some chocolate, and I'm going to have my lollipop after I do the puzzle. One thing I noticed today is that as soon as I go outside, I can pretty much tell if I'm going to have a low energy day. So sometimes I feel a little bit kind of like cooped up because we live in a small condo and I'm up so early in the morning and I putter around for so long before my morning walk. And when I go out, I get a lot of energy from being outside. On those days, I know I am just like feeling cooped up, and that's why I might start to have a little bit of a slump when I'm at home. But as soon as I go out, everything kind of like chippers up, and I get a lot of energy from my walks. So I find on those types of days, I walk with a bit of a bounce in my step. I walk pretty briskly and I just have a lot of energy during my walk. Today was different though. There are certain days when I go outside and I know immediately that it's going to be a low energy day, and today was one of those days. It feels like more of a drag to be outside and to be going to the grocery store and to be getting things done. I just feel very sluggish. I tend to feel like the tiredness in my body, and that manifests with me walking really slowly at a snail's pace. I did a thing today that I'm pretty proud of. This is, I think, due to a lot of the self-reflection that I'm doing now that I'm in my money reset. But yesterday I found something online that I wanted to purchase. I saw it with the intention of buying it for one of my friends. The website that I was looking at was free shipping if you spent over $125, but I would need to buy 5 of those items to qualify for the free shipping. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna try to look for a stockist or like a brick and mortar store that I can physically go to, and I found one. So I was like, okay, perfect. So I read some reviews and I kind of like mapped it out, and it was not like super convenient, but also not like super out of the way either. But what was kind of in the back of my mind was that the stockist, it didn't get great reviews. Some of the reviews mentioned that the customer service wasn't great and that they're like even downright rude at the store. So when I woke up this morning, I started to rethink whether I wanted to go to the in-person location. It would involve me taking public transportation, and I didn't know if I would be able to time it so I would be back in time for lunch, and I knew Hubby would be heating up the lunch from Aloe, and I didn't want to be late. I didn't want the food to be hot and ready and like sitting waiting for me to come home. And I really considered buying 5 of those items, even though I really was only planning to buy 1. And those 5 items, I was like, okay, well, I could keep 1 because I really like this thing too. I'll give 1 to my friend, and then I'll have like 3 more that I can give to this person and this person and this person. I really did want to order from the original shop with the free shipping over $125, because that is actually the shop that is affiliated with the artist who makes this thing that I was going to buy. So I wanted to support her shop, but it was so hard in terms of just my past history and my pattern of wanting to get free shipping. So eventually I thought about it. I was like, okay, well, you know, option 1, I could go to the store, spend all of this time, spend money on public transit, even though it's not that much, risk getting poor customer service, not knowing if I would get home at a certain time. I could risk all of that to buy 1 item to avoid paying for shipping, or I could buy 5 of the items, get free shipping, or I could just order 1 item and pay for the shipping. And in the end, I did order 1 of the items and I paid for shipping, and it worked out great. I ended up paying under $40 instead of, how much would I have paid if I had ordered 5? Around $160. So I thought, okay, you know, even though I'm paying more per unit, I really only wanted 1 of these things, and I didn't want to dilute the gift either by buying many of them and giving them to a bunch of people, because really I saw this thing and I had 1 person in mind. I had 1 specific friend in mind. So that's something that I was really contemplating this morning, how in the past I definitely would have bought 5 of the items. That got me thinking a lot about being selective with gifts, as I've talked about in a previous Vlogmas episode, and being really intentional with money, very strategic with money. So that was an interesting experience that I had this morning, and I'm actually feeling very good about that decision. And hopefully I'll remember this the next time I'm tempted to buy more just to get free shipping. That's something I definitely need to work through. I am trying to go to more in-person stores rather than ordering online, because I do know I have a tendency to to add things to my cart to meet a minimum threshold. So to avoid that, I have been trying to go in person, but I only want to go in person when it feels like convenient and right for me. I don't really want to go out of my way because convenience is also really important to me. So anyway, that's the puzzle chat for today. The puzzle today is really cute, but it was very tricky. I don't know why, but it took me quite a bit of brain power. So it was more difficult today for me to chit chat while doing the puzzle. I had to keep pausing the story or like retelling parts of it because I was also trying to multitask and do this puzzle. I thought today would be a low energy day, but when I stepped outside, my walk is actually giving me energy, which means I think I'm back to my usual energy levels. It's forecasted to rain all day today, and it's also rather gloomy, so that's probably where the resistance to coming outside was for me this morning. In the spirit of Sunday reset though, I think I will take the day to rest, so I'm not going to push myself to get all of my steps or anything like that. Instead, I'm just going to do the errands I had planned, and then I'm going to stay in for the rest of the day. It is time to open the panettone! Here it is! So excited! Ooh! The ribbon matches my shirt. It's a tie a bow. Can you tie a bow for me? Maybe on this side. Yay! I need help. Here it is. It looks so good.
So good.
It smells really good. I can smell it through the packaging.
What flavor is
It is chocolate.
Oh, goody.
Chocolate hazelnut. Oh. Should we take a photo with it first? Maybe we'll have a quarter of it. So we'll each have an eighth. What do you think? Where is she? Oh, she's right there. She's waiting to see if something falls. The first year my friend got me this panettone, I tore the paper off from around the panettone, but then I later read that you actually just cut through the paper. That looks so good. Cheers. Ding. This is just a bit of the decaf coffee. I haven't steeped today's tea yet because it's an herbal infusion, so I'm going to save that for the evening. Really good. I made the curry udon in like a dry preparation. I did make more sauce than I think I needed, so it is a little bit soupy. It doesn't look like the one from the restaurant. I ended up using sous vide chicken instead of a fried chicken cutlet. This is a different brand of udon. It is good. Very tasty. We are all done eating, but hubby and I both have a bit of sauce left. Hubby was gonna drink it, but it's very salty. I decided to make some rice so we could like mix it in and eat the rest of the sauce. We're also both still a bit hungry because it was a pretty small portion. So we've got about 10 minutes before the rice is done, and I am going to steep the tea now. It's time to do today's puzzle. I'm also going to taste the tea, but let's get this going first. Day 17 is all the way up here. The rice with the curry sauce was really good. After I mixed in the steamed rice, I added some sesame seeds, and I also had 2 Japanese pickled plums with it. It was very satisfying. After that, we had our aloe dessert from yesterday because we were too full to eat it yesterday. So this was a chocolate cremeux with meringue, salted caramel, and chocolate crumb. It was really good, very rich, and very, very, very tasty. So that ended up being our only dessert, and we didn't dig into the chocolate bar that was in the advent calendar today. This is our final remaining chocolate bar from Laura Slack. These are beautiful chocolate bars that hubby put in my stocking one year. And this one is the Hawaiian Pink Salt Dark Chocolate Bar, which is probably why we haven't eaten it yet, because it is dark chocolate. But these are hand-painted bars that are gorgeous, and I'm sure it'll be really good. Now that I have the border done, let's go ahead and taste the tea. The tea smells very good today, and I think I'm really gonna like it. Hubby has already tried it, and he said it was all right. He likes it better than the other berry infusions that we've had in the past. So this one is rooibos raspberry. Maybe that's why he likes it a bit more, because rooibos is delicious. This is described as rooibos with berries and raspberry flavor. Cheers. Ding. It smells so good. It smells like raspberry jam. I taste the raspberry quite a bit, and I wish the rooibos flavor was more pronounced because I love rooibos. That's one of my favorite herbal infusions. The rooibos is very subtle, but it's still very satisfying. I drank like almost half the mug in one sip. I find rooibos very, very thirst quenching, and I absolutely love it. This year's Vlogmas seems to be going by really quickly, and I've been reflecting on how intense it feels, even though last year I seemed a lot more busy. I was working 2 jobs last year, whereas this year I am only at the writing studio, so I thought I would have a lot more time to vlog. But I must say I am really enjoying this Vlogmas. I have had some like physical feelings of being tired, but mentally I'm like very excited to record the clips. I still have a lot of things that I want to do during Vlogmas and things that I want to capture in the vlogs. So I have a lot of ideas this year, which is great. I didn't have that mid-Vlogmas slump in terms of feeling unmotivated or feeling like I have nothing to say or nothing to record. Maybe the puzzle helps, because I find when I do the puzzle, I have a bit of time to chit chat and talk about whatever's on my mind. And I'm really liking that part of Vlogmas this year. There's something about being tactile with my hands and like doing something on camera while also talking that I think is a good exercise for my brain, and also maybe makes the video more interesting. I'm not sure how the experience is on your end, but from my perspective, I think the puzzles do help with keeping me interested and engaged, and especially when I'm editing, it doesn't feel as monotone as me just like sitting in front of the camera and chatting with nothing else going on. So I'm really loving the puzzles for that. This particular puzzle is probably one of my favorites. It's just so colorful. There's so much going on. It's very vibrant. All right, let me adjust the camera. I think it was a little low today. I am very, very glad I decided to do Vlogmas this year. It is bringing me so much joy, and I just love recording these clips and putting the videos together and interacting with you via the comments. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back in a couple of days with the next episode. Bye!